Hey guys, so today I want to talk to you about using Overdrive for acoustic guitar. I want to talk about why I use it, how I use it, and the sort of sounds you can expect to get from it. Hope you enjoy. So, if you speak to an acoustic guitar player about using Overdrive for their live or studio tones, it's more than likely you're going to get something thrown at you. It's not something that goes down very well in civil conversation. I know, having been an addict to that pedal show, that Dan from that pedal show really does not want to hear any distortion or overdrive on his acoustic tones, which is fine. However, I found myself about a couple of years ago being between two pedal boards and accidentally leaving one of my pedals on there and playing around with it on one experimental gig. It actually didn't sound too bad from my ears, so I thought I'd keep it on there. The pedal in question is the TC Electronic Mojo Mojo. Now, the reason I got this pedal in the first place is because people like Paul Gilbert and various other guitarists use it in front of their big Marshall stacks to push the front end, so it gives it even more warmth and even more drive. For Paul Gilbert, I know it's on permanently for his electric sound. So yeah, I bought it for my electric. I bought it for my electric pedal board, just to have as that bit of warmth, that bit of extra drive going into the front of the amp. So it's only when I was experimenting, thank you for the cars driving past, it was only when I was experimenting with using looping and various things like that I thought I'd give it a go, maybe give it some extra colour. There was a stage a while ago that I would do a cover of the Bo Diddley song Mona, and I set up a very, very easy loop of an E major and an A, and then play some solos over the top using the pedal, and it sounded, reasonable. What I want to do today is I want to play you a few ideas. Hopefully you heard at the beginning of just a couple of ideas of how it can be used to make it sound a bit different. I want to show you how I use it. I also want to show you how it cannot be used and how it can go a bit too far. So the way I like to think about using Overdrive for acoustic guitar is essentially like plugging it into a mixing desk and turning the gain a little bit too high. So basically it's pushing the channel a bit too hot, pushing the valve a little bit hot, and it's getting a slight distortion on it. That's when I think it works really, really well. So in this next clip you're going to hear an example of that, and hopefully you'll be able to hear that the acoustic's keeping its clarity. You can still hear it's an acoustic guitar, but it's getting driven just a little bit. You get the idea. So the beauty of having the overdrive there and using that concept of imagining it's just pushing the gain a little bit slightly is that it basically makes the piezo pickup in the guitar a little bit hotter. So it's going to pick up some things and really react to the way you're playing the strings differently than it would do otherwise. So you probably noticed there I could be a bit more fluttery, a bit more fancy, do a bit more legato. It provides more sustain than it would do normally. So yeah, it's very, very useful for that. So of course the problem is that this pedal is designed for electric guitar playing, so there's actually quite a lot of gain in there if you want to push things really hard. I wouldn't recommend this for acoustic guitar. I think that's what puts people really, really off. But just for fun, and just because I can, I thought I'd give you a couple of examples of how you can push it too far. And I have, in live situations, I've been known to push it a bit too far on the gain front when I'm thinking I'm Hendrix, and but I wouldn't recommend it. But anyway, I thought I'd record some examples for you, so here you go. So hopefully what this video has shown you is that when used appropriately, Overdrive can be quite a handy thing to have for acoustic guitar. It's always on my pedal board, it's a nice thing to have on there. If you guys have seen my other videos, you might sort of get by now that I'm not someone that goes for a conventional sound, or at least the same sound throughout a gig. I'll always try and break it up. I think it's a bit... For me, I would be bored if I sat in an audience and there was one acoustic guitar sounding exactly the same for two 45-minute sets or 2-hour sets. So I like to have things on my board that mixes it up a bit, basically, and tries to keep people's interest and that kind of thing. So yeah, so that's what I use it for. I know it's not the most popular opinion in the world, and there are some people that just don't think that the two marry up. But for me, it's quite a happy marriage, and it goes quite well. I try very hard not to push it too far in those Hendrixian moments, but you know, we're only human. So yeah, there we go. Anyway guys, thank you very much for tuning into this video. Hopefully it's given you some ideas about how you might treat your acoustic playing. Maybe Overdrive's for you, maybe it's not. Please let me know how you feel, and like and subscribe if you like this video and if you want to see more from my channel. Thanks very much.